Most people start the Harry Potter franchise with either the books or the movies. Me, well, I started with the games. Today, we're looking at the third in the series. This is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Don't go away. So I took a little bit of a hiatus from playing the Harry Potter games, mostly because I got sidetracked by other games, but who wouldn't? I played the Philosopher's Stone, then played the Chamber of Secrets, and those were both very good games, very similar to each other. And, you know, I've major backstory with Prisoner of Azkaban, so I wasn't surprised, but if I was a newcomer to this game, I'd be surprised to see how different it looks. The game goes for a much more free roam, open style kind of game. Is that a good choice? Hell yes, because you get to explore a lot of Hogwarts. Now, I'm not saying that the grounds are absolutely filled with NPCs and stuff to explore, but it is nice to walk around Hogwarts.
Yeah.
The biggest difference between Prisoner of Azkaban and the previous two are, well, the spells. You use the spells in a much more offensive way, in my opinion. The objectives in this game are quite repetitive, yes. You'll be doing one of like 3 or 4 things. You will be doing either a fight with Malfoy, which is the best part of the game, honestly. Any fight in this game, any combat, any duel, bar none, best part of the game. It's not even close.
That was rubbish, Malfoy.
How come they get... Who's this fourth dude, honestly? Dude, they're down. They're down to like 2. Or you'll be hunting for potion ingredients, which is fun. The game doesn't really tell you where to get the potion ingredients, and on a setting as large as Hogwarts, it can be tough to find them. The game does give you major hints with the either Harry, Ron, or Hermione yelling out, "Let's go see Hagrid, he'll know what to do."
You want Billywigs. You'll have to catch him first. You might want to see if Buckbeak will do you a favour. But be careful with him now. Do you think we're still stuck on those fire seeds?
But I sort of like that the game doesn't give you an actual waypoint or arrow to follow, because you getting forced to run around and find these potions outside the walls of Hogwarts sort of forces the player to explore a bit, and I kind of like that. But the major thing that you'll be doing in this game is getting spell books through puzzles. You'll also be going through very small stealth missions, extremely small and extremely way easier than the previous installments. I still remember those. But the majority of the time, what you'll be doing is you're going to classes and you're getting sent on missions or quests to retrieve spell books. And 100% of the time, what you do is you walk in, you do a puzzle or two, you get the spell book, you walk out, possible boss fight at the end. That's about it. The puzzles aren't too hard. It is E rated for everyone, so it's not going to be the biggest brain racker, but you know, it keeps you entertained. Boomba. Boss fights in this game are considerably weak or considerably strong. You could pretty much not even move the toggle on the game controller when fighting the book thing. But if you're on the final boss fight and you're fighting through the Dementors, I swear to you, I spent 25 minutes, half an hour on this fight. Under presentation, this game goes for a much more realistic style look compared to the last two, which looked sort of cartoony, I guess I could say, which makes sense. Harry Potter isn't the most adult thing, even though mostly adults enjoy Harry Potter at this point. The music is kept the same as before. Pretty much they pretty much keep the same music, which is good. As I said in my Chamber of Secrets review, it's like you're returning to Hogwarts, you're returning to the game. No complaints about music. Because I have a weird asphyxiation with them, I don't know why, I just love health bars in games when they're done well. And the health bar in this game, although simple, it's cool. I like it. The developers did put some good effort into some things animation-wise. All 3 of the main characters between Harry, Ron, and Hermione have different run animations. Kind of a cool thing. Something that isn't that cool is the voice acting. The game was released in 2004, the same year as the film. So you can imagine they didn't have a whole lot of time to do stuff. So the voice actor they got for Harry sounds a little bit, you know.
I know it sounds crazy, but I think it was my dad.
Harry, You mustn't be seen.
It was time for the rescuer to appear, but no one was coming to help this time. And
There's a
then
lot of loading in this game, and when you come out the other side of that loading screen, you'll be at like 10 frames per second for a good couple seconds. If you're outside and you're running forward, you're fine. If you look back behind you, you just drop a lot of frames.
I've been wanting to change his diet or something.
You could try, but I can't see it's going to do much for him, to be honest.
So overall, I really do love this game. This is one of my, if you watched my top 3 favorite childhood games, this was number 1.
An idea?
And that's for a lot of reasons. The biggest cherry on top for exploring the castle and the grounds of it is Buckbeak. You get to fly with Buckbeak. It's like a free roam sort of explore thing. You can fly above the towers. It's really sick. You have a great collection system that was good rewarding. If you collect certain cards and you complete the collection, you'll gain what the game calls endurance points, aka your max health has been raised. But you can collect pages for your Defense Against the Dark art book, or you can collect birdie bots every flavored beans. And at first the game really skimps you on these. You know, it's like you can shoot an object and it'll pop out 1 bean, or you can use Ron and to search a library, and per bookcase he can get 1 bean if you're lucky. The problem with that is that in Fred George's shop, which is cool, there's like a merchant shop in this game, you can purchase collector card editions or a new spell for Hermione, which was unbelievable to try out. Truly, when I was a young kid, I never knew this existed. So to try a new spell for the first time in a game that I've played forever was really like mind-blowing.
At turning books into mice. How cool's that?
But the problem with the birdie bots every flavored beans is that the game skimps out on them so hard until you find secrets within the castle. Because you'll go through an entire mission and collect like 5 when you need 50 for a spell book. Complete a puzzle and open a chest, boom, there's like 30 right there. A true tale sign whether I'm enjoying a game or not, and I always think of Tomb Raider in this. When I beat Tomb Raider, I went back through all the levels and tried to collect as much as I could. That's always a good sign to a game. When I beat Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, you're given the option to talk to Dumbledore to pretty much end the game, or run around the castle and collect things. I spent a good 45 extra minutes in the game just collecting stuff. Sadly, there is no Quidditch in this game. I think they did miss out on that. Chamber Secrets they had Quidditch. That was one of the best parts of the game. You know, they had the flying mechanic in Buckbeak, so I don't know why they couldn't utilize it into Quidditch. The last thing I'd like to touch on is you have a bonus mode. Now, if I were to make a video about games where the bonus mode is better than the main campaign, I would put 2 games in that category. Resident Evil Revelations 2, and of course, Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban. Duel mode is absolutely addicting. It's exactly what I want out of a Harry Potter game, and it's exactly, like, it's just everything that I love about this game mashed into one mode. It's a 3v3 fight. You get offensive and defensive spells. The map is randomly generated between, I think, 4 or 5 different variations. And when the match starts, you go. You just fire spells off. Last team standing wins. Honestly, absolutely love this thing. I'm gonna play a pretty lengthy highlight clip here, about a minute or so long. Just watch this match. This is truly addicting. Like, I will boot Prisoner of Azkaban up on GameCube at any point just to do duel mode. Duel mode is great. So with everything I've said here today, looking at the numbers, we have a pretty damn solid 8.8 out of 10. So that's it. I'm not going to take another hiatus. I am focusing on Resident Evil and Harry Potter series for now. You can expect my next game review to be Revelations 1, and then on GameCube, we've got Goblet of Fire. Never seen that game, never played that game. Of course, I've read the books and watched the movies, so I know the storyline, of course, but it's going to be interesting to play a Harry Potter game for the first time. But yeah, for now, I'm your host, Zero Point Entertainment, and OBJ's Review. Peace out. What is up? I know what you're thinking. You're only here for the bonus Easter egg soundtrack I put in at the end of every video. But did you also know I have a donation page under Buy Me a Coffee? Donate whatever you want to my channel and I'll put half that back to an environmental charity. So that's that. Enjoy the music. Peace out.